Okay, Jayden, time to get up, man.
What?
It's time to start the podcast. Jeez, what are you doing?
podcast? What podcast? We have a podcast?
You got this. Come on.
Oh, what's up? Oh,
Well, alrighty then. Hey everyone, how's it going?
I'm
Are you still a little tired from your?
just a tiny bit.
Okay.
Just a
Okay.
little bit.
Well, this is Multimedia Madness for everyone who's actually listening.
Hey, I'm here. It's just not all here. I gotta get some sleep at some point, man.
Yeah, it was long. Well, that basically brings into the main top. Well, one of the main topics, I guess, is going over your review of your Extra Life foundation. Well, I guess foundation or event would work.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
That was a lot of fun. Like, I enjoyed it just because it was 25 hours I put aside to play video games and raise money, which are for an awesome cause, which are two things I love doing. So it was absolutely a blast. Like hanging out with my buddy Stranger, playing Call of Duty and Hearthstone all night. Like that's a dream right there. And the fact that we raised so much money for such an awesome cause.
Especially that $250 donation just
Yeah.
randomly.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Out of nowhere. And I can't even like thank the person enough for it. I can't even thank the person in general because I have no idea who they are. So the person who donated was anonymous, with the second place coming in from my buddy Keith, aka Get Swole, because he wanted me to just do a bunch of push-ups. So, and then of course a bunch of people from school, from my buddy Davis right
Yep.
here, $5 from him, which was awesome.
I felt like bugging you a little bit. I was sending
Yeah.
you some messages and
Yeah.
and yeah,
And I appreciate it
trying to
because
support you a little bit.
it absolutely makes the stream better.
Yeah.
Like having that interaction between the fans and the streamer, it absolutely
And
makes it better.
I've never watched a stream like on Twitch, or I've never had an account or anything on Twitch or anything like that before. It was just because you were doing this that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have this playing while I'm doing some other things
Yeah,
and watching and
You made a Twitch account
Yeah.
specifically just to come talk, which is
Yeah.
awesome. That was absolutely a blast, and I really appreciate it. So we're gonna show you like the Extra Life page, and I'll go into a little bit more detail about what actually happened. So here's my Extra Life page. So you can see there's a donate button. Our goal was right here. Who we're supporting and stuff like that.
which
All
you
these
increased
donations.
you increased the goal, like, because I remember when you were first talking about it, you only had it at like 150. So
Yeah.
it's because more people were donating. You were like, you know what, might as well bring it up. That's why the goal is not complete, because you kept on
Yeah.
bringing it up each time, right?
Absolutely right. So the original goal that's automatically set by this is $100, and I was like, I'm already at 75. Let's bump that up because that's gonna be too easy. So we bumped it up to 150, and then we were actually in our communications class, and I was doing a presentation on this, and someone asked, "What are the incentives for donating?" And I said, "Well, you're donating into an awesome cause." But then it popped into my brain, there should be a little bit more to
Yeah.
it, you know. There should be an extra bit of reward. Not only are you like feeling good about this, you should get a little bit extra. So I thought to myself, hey, let's put a reward. So I did, every time we hit a donation goal, I did 500 push-ups on stream. So the first one got hit in the first like 3 hours. My dad dropped $50. My first grade teacher dropped like 25.
Nice.
Yeah, and then so we got to, and this, I think someone else donated $10. We can actually take a look at the list of donations right here. So yeah,
And-
so my teacher Gary Monroe and
Oh, Gary, actually, that's
yeah.
nice.
and Jonah Farcasti, shout out to these guys.
Right.
They're in our communications class.
Oh,
and
right. Yeah.
The reason it's my picture and my donation is because I didn't want to make them go through the hassle, you know, of going online and doing all of this stuff.
Yeah. They gave you the money literally in cash.
Exactly. Yeah.
I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah, and I used my credit card and did that. So then my dad donated $50, so that put us at 160 of our overall goal. And I was like, all right, cool. Now we're gonna double the goal, and then we'll double the push-ups.
Yeah.
So I was at $300, and we were at 160, right? And then my buddy here gets swole with the message "S get it, buddy." It's my buddy Keith, and he dropped $140 because he wanted to see me do a bunch of push-ups. So I was like, you guys are insane.
He's got more money than I do.
So he's a paramedic. So
Oh, yeah, okay.
Shout out to my buddy Keith. What an awesome guy. But yeah, we got to 300. I was like, all right, let's double it again.
Yeah.
Add an extra 500 push-ups if we get there. So we were at 300 to 600. And then my buddy Shane from my web design fundamentals class, he dropped $50 and he said looking forward to those push-ups. So that was awesome. Simon dropped 25. There's you with the
Yeah.
$5, and then there's Anonymous with an insane donation of $250 for the Stollery Children's Foundation, Hospital Foundation, and it was such a huge shock to me because I just saw the huge the bar fill up. I
Yeah.
didn't get the notification because my Streamlabs was malfunctioning at the time.
Yeah.
So I looked and I was like, "What? What is this?" And I just heard the applause. I'm like, "Oh, somebody donated over $100." That's
Yeah.
how I know. And then suddenly, it's checked. It was 250, and I was like,
Yeah.
in my brain, two things were going on. One was like, "Awesome! That's a huge donation. That's so good." And then the other part of my brain is,
Who the
"You
hell
have
is
about
this?
1,500 push-ups to do." So
Yeah, I remember when I was watching at that point, and I was like, I'm just remember how like ecstatic you're like just trying to play your game and just like I think you were playing Call of Duty at the time, and you're like, oh my god, that you like I think you said thank you like multiple times.
yeah,
Like, you were just so like
I was
overjoyed.
like,
It's amazing how much support you have for this event. Like, it's not just I'm doing it just to play games. Like, you're actually
oh
trying
no,
to support the
yeah.
charity.
It's just like I love streaming and I love gaming, and the fact that I can do it and bring some good to the community and to the world is absolutely a blast. Makes everything worthwhile. And I was just like so hyped for this event, and it just meant so much to me that people were donating and stuff because I was afraid of being like, okay, we didn't even get like $100. We didn't even make one goal, but we
Quadruple.
so our original goal was 100. So
So
sextupled it.
sextupled it.
yeah,
Yeah.
we sextupled it and added a little bit more.
Yeah.
So another anonymous said $25 more push-ups. So I have to send a thank you to that person because I have no idea who that is. My buddy Andrew or Finchy the Frog said here's $10. Here's a bit of payback for PUBG. Because we used to play PUBG together, and then he went on the Fortnite train. I went on the Blackout train. Yeah, but he was an awesome friend. And then Simon says, I can't make it 1337, but I can definitely make it 666. So
the final donation of $1.
the final donation. And I want to mention this right now. My buddy Gage was supposed to donate. He said the amount of kills you get in this game is the amount of money I'll donate. And I was like, all right, pressure's on, dude. I think we were playing Control, which is a game mode where you have 30 lives each round.
Okay.
So it really counts for that. And I got 17 kills. So he's donating $17, which is absolutely incredible. So that'll go up to $683, which is absolutely insane. It's such an honor. It's such a pleasure.
That's like 80% of your goal.
Yeah.
Of your now $1,000 goal, that is, not the original, but
yeah, it'll be like 70%.
Yeah.
It'll be 68.3% if I'm really getting into the numbers.
Oh.
But yeah, it was absolutely a blast. It was such a fun time. They asked for a survey of the event. Wrong one. They asked for a survey of the event, and they asked what could have been better, and I was like, it could have been better for me at least to have more variety of events and stuff going on. So what they had for events is they had like a Fortnite dance off, which I kind of showcased a little bit.
I'm not sure if I've heard that, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit earlier. I think this was before you started watching.
Yeah, I didn't watch until the evening of the Saturday, so.
Yeah, they had a Fortnite dance off. They had missions, which I didn't understand for certain games.
How many people were there?
Over 200.
200 people.
Yeah, and I believe we raised, I think it was like $6,000 or $7,000 short of $100,000, which was absolutely amazing.
90 grand.
I
Approximately.
can't remember what the exact numbers were, or if that was like the thing, but I think we were really close to making $1 million this year for Extra Life, just as in general, the Extra Life Edmonton community.
Oh, okay.
So
not just this event, but
yeah.
Okay.
So that's why, if you go to my Twitch page, twitch.tv/jaytonitis, you can see there's still like a Stollery Children's Hospital panel there. I'm gonna keep that there for the entire time because I want, if you guys want to send in donations or anything, go donate to this charity. I'm gonna have the overlay on all of my stuff. I'm gonna keep streaming. I'm gonna try and stream at least like once a week for a couple hours, maybe play some Hearthstone or some Call of Duty, as like my downtime basically.
Yeah,
And then
I heard. I think it's next week. Rooster Teeth, the one of the large gaming, animation whatever companies
okay,
on YouTube or whatever. Maybe they're doing a same thing, Extra Life event. I think it's next week. They're probably going to raise a little bit more money because it's a
oh
lot larger of a company. But
yeah,
apparently last year, a friend was telling me this that last year, what's his name? The guy who created Minecraft. Uh,
Notch.
yeah, apparently he donated like $50,000 to the Rooster Teeth one just because he could.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. So, but
That's
that's how much impact that this Extra Life is actually doing is that these large companies are
yeah,
actually doing their own events and everything too. So
yeah,
it's really good.
exactly. It's a huge it's an awesome thing. The fact that we can game and raise money for charity is absolutely insane. And I loved every moment of the event. Well, okay, most moments the push-ups were pretty hard. It got to a point where my hands I couldn't physically put it flat on the ground, which is why I had to switch to sit-ups. And then it got to a point where I was like, I don't want to do sit-ups the entire night. I'm gonna bang out a bunch of them in one go. So I did 540 in one set at 4 in the morning, just
Really.
just to get them over with, so I could be like, all right, now I can focus on Call of Duty and
I
Hearthstone.
was I was wondering that because I went to bed at like I think it was 1 or 2 something like that, and then I got up around 10 and I was like, okay, you have like I think by the time I woke up and then I checked again at like 10:30 or something in the morning, I think you were already completed all of them. I was like, oh, holy shit, you must have done a
Yeah,
bunch at once.
yeah. My dad checked into the stream when he got home because I don't know if you were there when he came in, but he came to deliver me food because apparently we weren't getting food until 11 at night, and that was pizza, and we were both extremely hungry.
Hmm.
And like we're in a mall, we easily could have gotten food, but my parents wanted to come by and say hi anyways, so they
Okay.
were like, "We can bring you food if you want." So they brought us McDonald's, and my dad and my mom appeared on stream. They brought us food and stuff like that, and yeah,
Supportive.
yeah, exactly. They were super supporting and stuff like that. My older brother actually came up in the last half hour that we were there.
Hmm.
He was just like, "What time are you guys here till?" It was like 2. He's like, "Oh yikes! How long have you guys been awake?" At that point, I'd been awake, I think, 30 hours
Total.
total. Yeah, and then after that, stayed up for another 2 hours before I actually got some sleep. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's absolutely something to watch. Like near the end, because you can hear me mumbling, you could hear me kind of like sleep talking and being all
I
tired.
I did happen to get just because at work I got my one break at like 10 to 2 and I came on just the last few minutes and I made a comment like I was like you got this or something. No, yeah, it
Hmm.
was like the last 10 minutes or something like that,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
but by the time you noticed it, it was like 2 minutes to 2, so it was like, oh, okay. So
yeah,
I could tell you were getting a little because you were replying to people more earlier in the in the evening
yeah.
than when it came later. I'm
There's a lot more focus and
yeah.
stuff like that, and it's also it's a huge contrast between games because with Hearthstone, right, it's on the PC, so I only had the one monitor. I could have hooked it up to my other monitor, but it was way too much of an effort because I would mean I have to unplug, go under the table, unplug like 3 different HDMI cords, and then plug it back in and stuff like that. And I was like, there's no point. For simplicity's sake, let's just keep it on the monitor. So I had Hearthstone open, and that means I couldn't see chat, which is why you always saw me looking to the left. I wasn't looking to Stranger most of the time, even though I was. He's a handsome bastard. But I was looking to the left to watch to watch the stream because he was watching it because he's one of my moderators, right?
Hmm.
So he was watching to make sure, and he was interacting with the fans and stuff. But that was also how I saw the Twitch chat. So if I
Yeah.
saw a message, I would quickly alt tab, see what the message was, respond to it, and then get back into the game.
Yeah,
With
especially with it's a lot easier with Hearthstone, especially because it's just when someone else is playing compared to like Call of Duty when you're
Yeah,
actually active the entire time.
exactly. So like I had a lot of time checking when I was playing Call of Duty because I was usually dead most of the time. Or if it was zombies, it was super easy, so I just like would look over for a
Hmm.
second. So yeah, having that second monitor there, I've already started making a list of what I need for game day 2019 because you said you wanted
Yeah,
to get into it.
I I'm not a huge gamer. I don't know if I could survive an entire 24, 25 hour day, but I
Yeah,
would have to bring probably 2 or 3 games like what you did.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about bringing more. I was thinking about bringing Persona 5, but that had a lot of copyright issues, so I was like, didn't want to do that. And I want to try to sit down with just 2 games, right? So I wanted to stick with Hearthstone because there's also a Hearthstone tournament I've going to enter probably by the end of the week,
Mm-hmm.
where grand prize is like 5 grand, a 32-inch monitor, a Galaxy Note 9, and some Fitbit. And I was like, and there was literally nothing stopping me from entering. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna enter this, so it'll be that. But yeah, I have my Extra Life 2018 list. It's already a page long. Uh, Having a lot of people there, it's gonna take a lot of planning and stuff. And when the tickets come out, we'd have to buy right away to make sure we get spots.
Mm-hmm.
Because Stranger and I, we got very fortunate for the fact that there were like 4 spots side by side, so we could pick whichever one we wanted. Right?
Okay.
So we were able to get spots next to each other. If not, we would have been unfortunately
Randomly. Yeah.
placed. Yeah. So
Yeah. Well, when the time comes next year, make sure to remind me because I'm totally gonna forget about it.
dude, I'm probably gonna forget about it as well. I'm gonna keep it on my whiteboard. Probably it'll be like game day 2019 November.
Sign up. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll make sure everyone knows because I know even a lot of people on the stream that I knew
Mm-hmm.
were wanting to join in. Like my buddy Nathan. I think my older brother Kyle wanted to. Zach wanted to do it again. There were a couple other people that I would be like, "Yo, let's all find a game we all enjoy, put it together, and then, or we'll all get together and we'll all play it."
Yeah.
Like it could be Hearts. It could still be Hearthstone. Still, I absolutely love it. The new expansion's coming out soon, which I'd love to talk about, but that's not going to be a topic for today. I don't know. They could be Smash Bros. Honestly,
Smash Bros. Tournament.
yeah, the Smash Bros. Is coming up. But yeah, I think the overall the event was really good. I think it could use a little bit of improvement. For example, there's only one way in or out of the rink. There's a ton of exits, but they block them off for just security reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense, but you're really inconveniencing some people because I saw like there were people in like wheelchairs and stuff like that, and they were all the way down at the other end, and I was like, that's super unfortunate. So they have to go to the bathroom or whatever. They have to go all the way there. It's a carpeted ramp as well,
Mm-hmm.
so it's really hard for them to get up.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think something else needs to be done about that. Getting there, we were standing in line for about 45 minutes holding all of our heavy stuff. And for Zach, that was 2 game consoles, his laptop, his monitor, and then all of his 2 bags of peripherals and blankets and drinks. I was like, that sucks. I had one heavy backpack with my laptop, my PlayStation, all of my gaming peripherals in it, and then I had my big monitor, which is like 24 inches.
Oh.
So I was like, this hurts, dude. And I was sitting there, and it took us, like, when we got to the front of the line, it took us literally 2 minutes. We signed our waiver, we got our wristband, and then we got a little goodie bag, like a swag bag, and then we walked to our table, and that was it.
Hmm.
So,
Well,
was,
so give some give and take. Like,
yeah.
there's little things a little annoying, but for the most part, it was
Yeah,
not too
I
bad.
definitely let them know in the survey, and that's why I'm gonna contact them and hopefully get into setting up next year for future events. Maybe just be like, all right, here's how we should set up,
Mm-hmm.
and then like here's how we should take down and stuff like that. Here are some things that could be improved. Here's what's hot in the gaming community, because they did like a Fortnite dance off and stuff like that, but there are only few people. They did what else did they do? They did like a Mario Party tournament, but honestly, it didn't seem like too exciting from where I was sitting. I'd love to do like a commentating version of it where they sit in the middle. It's like 8 o'clock and we get everyone that's around hyped up and stuff like that. And then just like make bets. It's just like, all right, if this person wins, then the audience has to like throw $5 into the rink. If it's this person wins or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be pretty fun. But
But
anyways, let's move on.
yeah, that was
That
was
took
a large section, but it
was-
was it's a big thing, so it's all good.
Yeah, that's a problem with me. I was like, this will be 10 minutes easily. Psych, dude. Now that took 20 minutes. All right, so we're gonna talk about our favorite movies. You wanna go
Okay,
first?
so we kind of decided prior to this that we're only gonna go with probably our top three
Top
right now, and try to describe kind of why and maybe what they kind of influenced on us kind of wanting to get into cinema and film production and stuff like that. Honestly, one of the first ones that comes to my mind is in no particular order, I guess I would go with Men in Black, the first one, Avatar, and I don't know. I kind of want to say either Ferris Bueller because that's a really good movie, or the original Avengers movie, but that didn't really. I was already like grown up enough after the first one came out. So I'll probably stick with Ferris Bueller.
Mhm.
Um, Ferris Bueller, man, that is it's such the typical like teen movie. It's a really basic like uh need to blow off steam, let's go out and party, and but like and then his sister kind of like is trying to get him caught by the principal basically.
Mhm.
It's one of my favorite movies because it's a good relationship with myself and my sister.
Mhm.
It's very like one of us is either getting in shit and the other one's trying to kind of get you in shit, and
Mhm.
or we're there and we're gonna actually protect them over someone kind of worse.
Yeah.
And then like the second lead character is Cameron. He's really pressurized by his dad, and he has a lot of like uh, anxiety issues and stuff like that. And that kind of was good for me because like when I was a little kid, my dad was really harsh to me too.
Mhm.
So I really liked it. That's more of a definitely personal kind of nostalgia type of movie for me, not necessarily for the filmmaking standpoint, but yeah, that's definitely one of the reasons why I really like that one.
Mhm. So it
Uh,
hits like closer to home, kind of.
exactly. Yeah,
Right in the feels.
yeah,
Ow, that hurt.
yeah. The next one would I don't know. I say Men in Black is definitely closer to one of those. It's good because it's good. Like
Yeah.
it's a classic that like everyone knows. I Will Smith's just a good actor in
And
everything
Tommy
he
Lee
does, and
Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah, like they're both really good. I really like for a filmmaking standpoint. I really like the opening scene of that movie. How it's the dragonfly kind of flying up and then going by, and then it has the credits kind of flying and everything like that.
Mhm.
And like honestly, the costumes and everything like that still stand up to like to this day. Like if it was made now, it would look a little cheesy, but for what 2002, 2003, whenever it came out,
Mhm.
it still holds up pretty well.
Yeah.
Like it has a good like start, middle, to end, and it doesn't seem very like dry in any way. Like
No.
there's a lot of like comedy, but not like Big Bang Theory comedy where it's just hardcore laugh track out of nowhere,
Mhm.
and has a good like flow, and like
Yeah.
it actually like each scene has a purpose to it,
Mhm.
right?
It's
Uh,
absolutely like one of my favorite movies as well. I won't put it on the list, like, but it's really high up there just for the simple fact that it's something I still go back and I watch to this very day.
yeah, the one of the things like yeah, a couple people I was talking to were saying that yeah, it's definitely up there, and it's a trilogy. Even one, two, three. Like there are some people kind of shit on the second one or the third one, or like, but that happens with every trilogy, any movie. There's any franchise all has like
Star Wars.
exactly. Any franchise has the like downfalls movies, right? But I
Yeah.
think this is a pretty solid, like acting wise, everything hands down.
Mhm.
And then third one, even though it's yeah, cliche Avatar. A lot of people talk about this movie, but
Mhm.
2009, like James Cameron, he was saying like he had waited years to make this movie. He wanted technology to catch up, and now it's not. Now the second one isn't coming out until I think 2019 or 2020. Like it's like almost 10-year gap between the movies, but
Yeah.
it's I think it's gonna be worth it. Like it was such a big like holy crap movie
Yeah.
that like it blew everything out of the water. I think basically I don't know if it still is right now, but at when it first came out, the only movie that was beating it was another James Cameron movie of Titanic, and both of those movies are like blockbuster, like huge
Yeah.
things that a lot of people remember, right?
Yeah.
So I really like the kind of emotional connection between the two main characters, and how he actually like decided to actually try to save the Navi or
Mhm.
whatever. Uh, and it's just it's definitely probably the first movie that I remember watching like in 3D, where the 3D is actually like part of the story. Like it's not just okay, there's a little bit of dust in the air, like or whatever, but it's actually really influential. I can never pronounce that word right. But yeah, it's just especially as a filmmaker standpoint, like the graphics of it, I could not do anything like that. And
Mm.
even 10 years down the road, when I have a lot more experience, like me doing it personally, I'm not that type of person, but it's just visually stunning, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's
I
It's
absolutely love the
crazy.
visuals of it and the world. Everything was like super cool about it.
Yeah.
It was just a weird kind of like storyline arc for me. I don't know. I loved it, but it was I just can't really say that. I can't really.
No,
I mean,
I know what you mean. Yeah, it is very like a lot of people said, oh, it's Dances with Wolves or Pocahontas or whatever. It just goes in, saves them, and then becomes them, and then
yeah,
defends his own people or
it's a
attacks his own people.
cliched kind of story.
Yeah, but it's just it definitely is more of a for the visuals type of film
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
And what about Cave? One, two, three.
One.
In no particular order.
In no particular order.
Yeah.
So I'd have to definitely go with. It's gonna be a holiday movie, which is surprising. It's the Rudolph, like the claymation one, like the old
Stop motion one.
stop motion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's absolutely my favorite. That hits close to home. I watch it every year without fail, whether it's by myself or with my parents or with my entire family or
Yep.
something. I'm thinking this year it might be with someone else.
Ooh.
Ooh, but yeah. Anyways, I love that movie because it was such an awesome story about how two boys who are outcasts now become like basically the most popular person ever because of their uniqueness. And their uniqueness is shown, and it's such an awesome story. It's just adorable.
Yeah, it is that okay, that and A Christmas Story. Every Christmas you just have to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a everything that I wanted. It's a stop motion movie. It's Christmas. It's adorable. It's got like musical numbers in there, and for the time, it was absolutely great. Like
Yeah.
you still are like, oh yeah, they messed up on this. It's like who cares?
Who cares?
For that time, it was beautifully
It was made
done.
in the 1930s or 40s, something like that.
Something like that.
So
I can never remember
Yeah,
the
it's super. It is really old. I remember it's. But
1964.
oh, 64. Okay, so it's not as old as I thought, but still,
Yeah.
we're like
No, it's absolutely a great movie. I 10 out of 10 would recommend this holiday season.
if you
Go-
if you're the one person under the rock that hasn't seen it.
Yeah, go watch it. It's absolutely a blast. Your childlike wonder inside of you will respark. So that was something I love doing. All right, next one is it's another animation movie, The Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah,
That-
I see it.
Okay,
Yeah.
it was kind of like thrown under the bus of animated movies because everyone was like, "Oh yeah, there's Disney movies. There's like Cinderella, Snow White,
Lion King,
King,
Aladdin. Yeah,
Pocahontas, yeah.
a lot of people. Yeah.
Aladdin was like really close
Really
to
close.
making the cut.
Yeah.
Aladdin is like my favorite Disney prince, and Jasmine is definitely favorite Disney princess.
Okay.
But anyways, back on to
Back to yeah.
yeah. Everything about that movie is awesome. You have this asshole character who actually transforms and makes himself better. I don't know if I don't think Kronk's New Groove is way better because they made a sequel to that focused on the character Kronk because Kronk was lovable.
Yeah.
Kronk's New Groove is awesome. Emperor's New Groove is the better one of the
Yeah.
two because
But the
I don't-
spin-off show was Kronk's New No, Kronk's New School was the spin-off show.
Emperor's
Emperor's New School or
Emperor's
something
New
like
School,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know if I watched it. I didn't really enjoy it as much, but anyways, the story is awesome. It's got an awesome villain. It's a fun universe where you can turn into literally any animal and feel like almost no consequences.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just such a fun movie to watch.
It's fun. Yeah, you could go back and as an adult and still appreciate it for sure.
Oh, I'm definitely going to at some point. That's on my list, dude. I have to go back and watch it. And then last movie, it's a series. I don't know which one is the best, but I'm going to say it's number 2. Austin Powers.
Yeah, I agree with number 2 being the best out of the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Gold Member was not that great.
Goldmember was very clean. Yeah.
It's kind of like overdone at that point, and the female like co-star, I don't know.
That was the one with Beyonce. Yeah.
I just didn't enjoy it that much. It's not because of anything wrong with it. It's just like I don't know. I feel like I've seen this before. The jokes were not nearly as funny.
Yeah.
It's just number 2 did everything so much better.
Honestly, I think the best part about which one is it? Is it number 2 or number 3? Where they open up with the super like crime like action movie and has Danny DeVito as Mini Me.
Yeah,
and then
number 3.
That's probably like one of the best parts out of even though we're agreeing that number three is the worst out of the three, that's probably the best. Like out of honestly, one of the best scenes out of all three movies.
Yeah.
I like.
I just remember Danny DeVito just like, "Hey asshole!"
Yeah, I'm murdering me with a cigar. Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely love that intro as well.
But then, oh, which one? Then again, another scene that's really good that people still talk about is Austin Powers trying to back out of the hallway with the car
Yeah.
and back and
In
forth,
the
back and
first
forth,
one?
and yeah,
Yeah,
those are just. Mike Myers doesn't really do much anymore though.
no,
It's been a while.
it's
Because
yeah,
Love Guru kind of shot him down.
yeah, kind of. He just went downhill, which is unfortunate because I absolutely loved him in those movies.
He's Canadian.
And yeah, and Wayne's World it would also be up there. Like Wayne, I think Michael Myers movies are probably some of my favorite because Wayne's World was also fantastic. I
Yeah.
absolutely loved that movie because it was just a stupid.
Tubular.
Yeah, stupid. Yeah, Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
Party time. Excellent. My dad showed me that movie and I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
I was absolutely just like,
Well, Wayne's World and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure came out. They came out
Yes.
around the same time, and they both have that like kind of stoner, but not like just hippie vibe move
Yeah.
to them. It's just you just watching you laugh not because it's actually funny, but just at this like the stupidity. Like,
yeah. But
it's very like
Bill
real
and-
life. Beavis and Butthead is a good kind of way of putting it too, but not as dumb.
Yeah, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Also, just an awesome movie. I love comedy movies. If you can't tell.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I want to get into. Like when I'm writing for a story, is more of a dramatic thing because I also like drama.
Yeah.
But if I were to do a one, I'd probably pick comedy because comedy. There's always something new to laugh at. There's always new places to go. Even though nowadays the comedy is kind of like shrinking and getting smaller and smaller, just because everyone's like, oh, you can't say this. 'cause
Super,
people
it's
can-"
super sensitive now. Yeah, you can't.
Which is a little bit unfortunate, but I can kind of understand where they're coming from.
Understandable, but yeah, exactly. You can't.
I personally don't get offended at most things. If I do get offended, it's usually in a sarcastic way. I'm just like, how dare you?
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
That kind of
me
thing.
too.
But I'm never just like, well, okay. At that point, it's just like, oh, they said that? Okay, you have so many options to deal with it. You don't have to take on the whole frickin' agenda. You just have to say, okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to move past it.
Yeah, like
And
it's a movie. Some people take things way too seriously.
Yeah. Even if it's someone that says in your face, like, hey, you're a stupid meanie head, then you're just like, you can say that back to them. And then
But what's it
totally
gonna do?
fine. But
Yeah.
what's it gonna do? Well, you could literally, to make things way easier for you, you can just never associate with that person again. Just saying.
Just saying.
But anyways, Austin Powers. one of
Austin
the best
Powers.
ones. All
Yeah.
right.
Wow, this went quite a bit longer than it seems like it went longer than usual, but that's
Yeah.
just possibly because Extra Life took a long chunk.
Yeah.
But that's fine because this is an important charity.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you guys want to donate, you guys can go to my Twitch page. It's all over my social media and stuff. You can donate there. It's like any little bit helps. Like someone donated $1, some person donated $2.50. Whatever you're comfortable with is totally awesome. None of the
$5.
proceeds go to me. All the proceeds go to the charity.
Yeah. I have a feeling we might come back to this topic of the movies and stuff to kind of expand it. Since this was a little shorter, we might be able to, in a future episode, expand it a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Especially since we just went on that rant of different movies when we thought of things. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, right?
this will probably be another topic. Make sure to let us know what you guys think. What do you guys think about the Extra Life event? Like, did you get a chance to see it, or have you ever heard about it before? And go on comment section, Twitter, anything like that. Let us know what your favorite movies are, or if you think our ideas are dumb, and tell.
Yeah, tell us what's wrong with our ideas. I love to hear other opinions about movies. Like Austin Powers sucks for these reasons, and it's like, oh, I never saw it as that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you send your comments. We love reading them. We love getting inspired by them. It helps us become better content creators.
Exactly.
Absolutely. It helps us create a stronger bond with you guys.
I'm gonna do a little something that we haven't done here before.
Which is
Make sure to get that bell on, folks.
Aw,
Add the subscribe button. Get the bell on, the notification bell on.
you can't see it, but I'm banging my forehead against my fist.
Never done that before. I'm just like, we need to get that notification bell on, folks.
Make sure
on
you
on YouTube at least. I don't know about on Twitch. But
Make sure you smack that like button.
smack that like button.
Dude.
Jayden's just laughing because I just threw that out. Anyway, guys, I think we're gonna have a good night. We'll see you next, or not necessarily see you.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll
you'll hear us
yeah,
next week.
we'll catch you guys next week. All right.